just get here and forget about everybody else. I need other women and other girls to prepare themselves to come behind me. And so I've moved on. Okay, I did all that. We got work to do. Let's keep it moving. So the city is was in a good place, and I'm just looking forward to taking it to the next level. And women have a different person badly needed for a long time in this city. And so I have a lot of battles internally just with the change itself. And so once everybody gets on board that, okay, this happened, that's taken a while. It's been 2 months and people still haven't quite grasped the fact that I won. But it is a change that happened, not happening. It happened, and I'm in the seat. And so getting everybody to get on board is taking a little bit, but I'm in for the long haul. I got 46 more months left. It's a 4-year term, and I'm not going anywhere. So,
Thank
what
you.
else did you want to know about? I know you had sent me some questions, but I'm better
I,
at.
I, I do have a question. Then I'm going to let our other anchors and guests ask questions if they would like. Could you tell our students what you do as a mayor? What does a mayor do?
It's a little different in every city. In the city of
Hmm.
Manassas, we have more of a city manager council. There's 6 people who sit on what's called a council, and those people and the city manager actually run the city day to day. The mayor in this city, I don't even have a vote. So that's one thing that we are looking to try to change in a year or so. But the mayor basically, you've seen mayors do this, open up new businesses, cutting ribbons, reading to school children, doing things like I'm doing today. But it's more policy, writing policy, making sure the policies get followed, and helping the council when they come to a crossroads. Because I can't vote, I can certainly have influence on how they think and how they work things out. So it's sort of being a referee to a little bit. If they get to a point where they just can't figure something out, it's my responsibility to keep them going and try to get to an agreeable solution. But it's a lot of meeting people, a lot of lunches, a lot of meetings, a lot of late dinners, but forming partnerships with the other counties in our region is something that I've taken on that wasn't really here before. I think you have to call upon your counterparts that are around you to make sure you're successful. And so we are Manassas City. We are in Prince William County, but we are not of Prince William County. We're right in the middle, but we have our own taxes. We have our own utilities. We take care of our own sewer, water, trash, all of that. We stand alone. But sometimes we get overshadowed and swallowed up in Prince William County. So I'm trying to make sure that we shine as Manassas City. We stand alone. We are our own entity. We are one of the few places that still has an old town, which is gorgeous. And I try to make sure that that stands out to people. But just being the face of the city, being a place that is inviting and welcoming and putting our arms around the entire community is what I see the mayor's job. It's pretty much what you make it. There is no job description, but it depends on what kind of government you've set up and then the type of personality. Like I'm on Facebook and I'm on social media. I'm out in the community, whereas my predecessor really wasn't like that. So people see me a lot more in the community. So you kind of mold it into what you want it to be. But there's the basic stuff, the ribbon cuttings and the things like that you see with the giant scissors that you see mayors doing. It's a lot of that when businesses open up, which is kind of fun. But it's always great to see new businesses because that's money coming into your city, and that's always a good thing. So yeah,
I'm so happy to have you here, ma'am.
good to be here.
My question is, what advice would you give to young ladies who are looking to crack ceilings as you have?
Well, it's politics found me. And so I think that I didn't pursue it. I think by the way that I carried myself, I hung around people who were positive and people who were going places. Um, Everyone watches what you say and do and how you act, how you carry yourself, things you post online, and all of that. So when people see that in you and the maturity that you have, opportunities will present themselves because people will see that and they think, that's somebody I want representing me. And so when an opportunity came up for council, it came to one person. He said, I'm too busy. I really can't do it. But I know somebody who I think would be awesome. He didn't have to think of me, but he did. And because of the person that I am, he knew I was a good student. I went to college. I got my degree. I would represent people well. So hanging around and associating yourself with people who have goals, who are positive, who are about something is what you really want to do. I have a city called My Mayor Looks Like Me. And so what I'm doing is having groups of girls, younger girls, teenage girls, come to the chambers, come to City Hall. A lot of our youth have not done that. They don't know what a City Hall looks like. They don't know what a chambers looks like. So I've started this initiative where they will come, and it's on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. I take an hour of my time to meet them here. They come into my office. They get to look in my office. But the most important part is that they will go into the chamber is really important if probably president people along with you, but associations, watching what you're posting, who you're hanging times in your life, um, opportunities will present themselves to you. You don't necessarily have to go out and find them, but always being conscious of your actions because they do follow you, and especially with internet and all of these things going on now, you've got to be very careful if you have aspirations of doing something, especially in the public, because people will dig up stuff from 20 years ago that you forgot all about and they'll find it and bring it and put it right in front of you. And you're like, what in the world is this? I don't even remember doing this, but somebody with a phone, somebody with a camera, and there you are. So it's always important to congregate with people who are of like mind, and you have goals and you set goals and stick with them and don't get deterred when people I got people saying all kinds of stuff, making up stuff, and I'm like, wow, how they come up with that? You just have to stay focused and you cannot get distracted, because when you know you're on your path and you know where you want to go and what you've been put somewhere to do the job, you do it. And you just don't let the noise stop you, and don't be afraid of no. No means next opportunity as far as I'm concerned. So hope that answers the question. As politicians, we ramble and go on. So,
Well, I know you're not a regular politician, so you live.
right, that's right. I'm not.
Talked about your education. So, what advice would you give to our students about pursuing
Okay,
their
that's a good
educational
question. I
goals?
did not get to go away to college. The money wasn't there. My grades weren't there. I encourage everyone to always get good grades and scholarships and all that. We just didn't. My parents were, of the school, oh, get C's and graduate. And I'm old, so you got to think about the time. So, as long as you graduated, that was it. There was no talk of college. There was no money for it. There was no go get this scholarship. We just didn't. Nobody in my family graduated from college. So I actually had to go to work right out of school and right out of high school. And so I started working, and then I went to college at night. I went 3 nights a week and sometimes on the weekends as well. That was dedication because I knew I had to have that degree. So I would work all day long, and then this is when you actually had to go to a classroom. It wasn't internet, anything like that. I had to work all day, get off at 5 o'clock, and then 6 o'clock be in a classroom until 10 o'clock most nights. And that was 3 nights a week and sometimes Saturday mornings. I had to do that. So because I had that goal, I knew that I needed to do that. That was something that I wanted for myself. Now, you don't have to have a degree to do what I do, but it certainly helps. It gives you more acceptance at the table. It shows discipline. If nothing else, I said it shows you're doing more than what's required. You're doing extra. You're not doing just enough to get by. I want to go this extra 4 years. And then I decided later on to get the MBA. Now that I did do online, but I was a single mom when I got the MBA. So that's encouraging for people. Don't let circumstances stop you. If you know you want that degree, you do what you have to do to get it. And so that was online. I got that in 18 months, where most of them take, I think, like a couple of years. But again, I was able to buckle down. I missed a whole lot of partying. I missed a whole lot of hanging out at the mall with my friends and doing all that because I had that goal and I didn't lose sight. Politics was never a part of that. It was just the fact that I knew it would represent me better at the table. It would call attention to, hey, this person has the discipline, and they set goals and they keep them. So that's kind of my whole thing is just don't stop. Get as much as you can. My husband's on me now about doing a doctorate. I'm like, I'm a little busy. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that anytime soon. Maybe after this, but always being a life learner. It's not always about college degrees, but life is a good lesson too. But I always look at everything as a lesson or a blessing. And so people come into your lives for one or the other, sometimes both, and you have to know which is which and move on and realize, okay, what was I supposed to learn out of that? Everything that happens to you happens for a reason. You're supposed to learn something or you're supposed to do something with it. And so that's kind of how I approach it. But definitely school, a degree, honest, that is the best way to go if you can. Again, it says so much about your character and your discipline when you do that.
Well, I want to thank you, Mayor, for joining us this morning at Grand Park. We say every day we are roaring to excellence, and you most certainly embody that excellence in all aspects of your life and all aspects of who you are as a person. And I am grateful that you were able to share with us this morning so many words of wisdom. I love the Mayor Looks Like Me campaign.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And you are mentoring probably the next president.
I know, that's
That's
exciting.
such a great feeling. So, from all of us here at Grand Park, we thank you for your time this morning. We know you're busy. So, thank you for carving out time for being with us this morning.
Absolutely. My
And thank
pleasure.
you for all that you're doing um, for Manassas City. And we just applaud you. And thank you for being our Women History Maker Spotlight guest today.
Thank you.
So
Thank you
thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you. And you all have a good day. I'm here if you want to get groups of girls, just reach out to me. My information's on the website. I do them on Saturday and Sunday specifically for just smaller groups, so because of COVID and all that, but it works. It's just an hour out of the day. Get a picture up there on the dais. Awesome. I didn't even know what a dais was
Mhm.
until I got into this. So it's really important to do that. So if you have groups of girls in your school that would be interested, please reach back to me and make that happen. I'd be more
I
than
can
happy
I
to
can
do that.
promise you we will be reaching out to you
Okay,
to make that
okay, you
happen.
better. All
I
right. Thank you
promise you
so
of
much.
that. So
All
thank
right.
you.
Y'all have a
Thank you
good day.
so
Thanks
much.
Have a
again.
good one.
All
Thank you,
righty.
ma'am.
Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.
And as always, we are roaring to excellence every student every day, and we are doing it better together. Have a great day, everyone.